Shows that consumer spending was up last week from last year. In fact, biggest week of the year so far. But according to the Wall Street Journal, big retailers like Target, Macy's, they're actually struggling to hire seasonal workers that they're going to need for this holiday. And they're offering more hours and even higher pay. So an economy that's really plagued really by a confluence of things, right? You've got unemployment, but you've got companies bending over backwards to hire people. We just can't figure it out. Are people just lazy? They don't need the jobs? Joining me now, A&G Capital President Hillary Kramer and Cure founder and president Star Parker. Star, what is it in a society where minimum wage are going up? We hear so many people don't have jobs. We know that 90 million, 94 million people don't work, and yet they can still continue to ignore these lucrative offers to work.
Well, that's true. Well, two things are happening. One is minimum wage laws distorting the marketplace, so we have wages that have to go higher and higher as a result of it. But number two, you have a dumbing down of education, so you have a whole lot of people that are just not going to be qualified to work for these companies. So you end up with a very small pool of perhaps people that are employable, and they're saying maybe not these particular companies. So you have to increase the wages. It's the market's at its best, frankly. I
wonder where we do, though, find that sweet spot where, yeah, they're raising the wages, Hillary, but people are still able not to have to take those jobs, whatever it is, wherever they're getting cash from. And I know a lot of it's government. They're able to say, no, it's still not sweet enough.
Right. Well, it's really because of entitlements and the way family formation works today. 20-something-year-olds and 30-something-year-olds, they're living at home with their parents who are in their 60s and 70s. They don't have to take a job working for $8 an hour at Target and feel disenfranchised, work there for just a few weeks. So that's why Target and Macy's has had to say, okay, well, maybe we'll hire you permanently afterwards. Also, this is a time of year where gratuities are paid. Wouldn't you rather work at a steakhouse, be someone working in catering? Ruth Chris, for example. I mean, the gratuities kind of flow this time of year. I've been in Las Vegas this time of year. There are a lot of other options. You can play Santa Claus and be getting lots of tips rather than having to deal with these stores that have had to cut back on employees.
What do you think, Star?
I think that might be one of the dynamics, but frankly, when you think about the attack of the left on these entry-level job providers, people become more dismissive. And so what happens is those that perhaps don't have the full skill set to move into this marketplace, who've been told, don't worry about it, sit out in the corner or go get a welfare check, that limits the pool of people that are going to enter into these entry-level jobs, meaning that now the retailer has to go up to get that next level of employee.
I got to tell you something. I agree with you, Star. I know plenty of kids, unfortunately, that don't even have high school diplomas, and they insist that they would never work in McDonald's. I think
they're
just
nuts. Not going to do it.
Yeah,
right.
And you know what? There's enough stuff out there, enough programs out there for them not to have to. Ladies, thank you both very, very much. Coming up, we've got an Ask Payne speaker.